Welcome to my channel. My next request is Manotha, Warhammer tribute music. Here Comes Thee. And that's where it ends. The requester is Manotha. And he made the request on the 4th of May of 2025, or he or she, and wrote this note: as a fellow vet, I thought you might like this one. All right, well, before we get into the music, I want to thank you for coming here. I want to thank you for everything that you do to support my channel and for being you. I appreciate that. I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist so you can support them as well. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia, if I can find anything that makes any sense and is relevant. I don't put the link to the reaction request form, though, because I'm not currently accepting new requests. I've got over 2,900 in my queue already. I've got to take care of them. But I live stream on Sunday for 3.5 hours, beginning at 4 p.m. UTC on Rumble. So if you come to Rumble at 4 p.m. UTC on Sunday and you put a request in the chat, I'm going to react to it live. So I'm going to read you the title at the bottom of this page. It says, "Here Comes Thee, ... Imperial Guard, Epic Astra Militarium March, Warhammer 40K Grimark Anthem." That is a mouthful and a half. Okay, whatever this is, we're going to enjoy it together. All right, here we go.
Engines climbed and the metal roars, guns locked, ready for war. Breathing deep, taste the ash, brace yourself, there's no turning back. Cold steel and iron will, load the rounds, aim to kill. No escape, no remorse, we are the hammer, you feel the force. Here comes the with fire, we speak with flame. In the end, you'll know our name. Here comes the boom. You can't outrun the sound. Boom. The earth breaks, we tear it down. Boom. The gods of war will rise. Boom. We're raining death from the skies. Every shot, another scream. Rip the world apart at the seams. No light, no dawn to see. Only fire, only debris. Feel the shockwave, feel the heat. We're the storm that you can't defeat. No mercy, no place to hide. We are the vengeance, the emperor's pride. Here comes the boom. Our guns are gospel, our faith is death. When we fire, you take your last breath. Here comes the boom. You can't outrun the sound. Boom. The earth breaks, we tear it down. Boom. The gods of war will rise. Boom. We're raining death from the skies. Steel rains down, lost, your hopes deceased. In the blast, your fate is sealed. Nothing left but shattered fields. We are the fire, we are the flood. Our cannons speaking iron and blood. Here comes the final. You cannot run the sound. The earth breaks, we tear it down. The gods of war will rise. We're raining death from the skies. Here comes the boom, here comes the end. No escape, no one left to defend. Here comes the boom, the final call. We are the war and we end it all. Here comes the
Wow. Okay, I can picture that. I can picture that in the headphones of a pilot going on a bombing mission, or a tank commander rolling through the hills, firing as they move. I can just completely picture that. Like, that's what they're doing. Listening to that music while they... You know, the thing about it is, war is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It should always be the last resort. But if you're going to go to war, you absolutely must go to destroy, decimate, annihilate the enemy. Anything less than that is not worth the cost in lives. Anything less than that. And for far too long, our country's been going into wars all over the world and doing them, pardon my French, half-assed. You know, we've been doing that for a long time. And it looks like it's changed now, where they're actually going to use the force that they have to get something done quickly so that it doesn't get dragged out for months and months and years and kill thousands and thousands and thousands of innocent people. And I pray that that is the case. I pray that this war in Iran is over quickly, that the Iranian people can have the freedom that they deserve, and that they can form a government in their country that is pleasing to them, to the people there. And I pray that God puts his hand of protection on them. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.